Hello, my karma babies. Hello, 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 guys. So, let me show you my catfish again. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, guys, have some. Have some. Okay. Yummy, yum. Okay, guys. So, I know you just saw me having catfish recently, but it's Friday again. Um, and I'm gonna take my corn, put my corn on the cob. I'll just put that over here until I get everything on here that I want. Oh, guys, I gotta go get salt and pepper again. Oh no, I got little salt packages here. I'll use those. Yeah. You know, it's a little bit difficult when you're not, at home. But we make do, right, guys? We make do. How are you guys today? I'm doing great. Grandpa is doing amazing. Today is Friday, and yesterday they gave him, I'm just gonna leave that there, another unit. I have my hot sauce, guys. I brought it from home. Yes, I did. Look at my beautiful catfish. Look at that. Can't do it. Hot sauce and yes, that's what I'm talking about. Then I have a few little hush puppies here. And I told you I have the coleslaw there. So, you know, I'm one of those kind of folks that, I could have gotten something different today. I could have gotten like a cheeseburger or something. I haven't gotten their cheeseburger from here yet. I do have something different. I have corn and hush puppies that I didn't have before. But I could eat catfish just about any time. They're really good. Very tasty. So guys, like I said, Grandpa is doing really well. Yesterday they gave him another unit of blood because he was really low, and it perks him up amazing. It's like life. Blood is life. I mean, it perks him up. Tremendously. Mm. Mm. This is hospital food. And I tell you, those ladies in the cafeteria, they can compete any day with any restaurant that I've seen out there. Really. They are so good. So guys, I wanted to talk to you today about drinking a Sprite, and like room temperature water, room temperature. So I didn't even put this in the refrigerator or my cooler that I have here. Oh, that's good. So I wanted to talk to you about the Food Network channel. I don't know if you guys are aware. I know many of you are because, of course, I talk about it. Who wouldn't, right? Who would appear on the Food Network channel and keep it a secret? So, believe you me, I talk about it whenever I can because that's my claim to fame. We got on the Food Network channel and we won an amazing prize, and it's something that we are very, very proud of. Very proud of. So guys, of course, we get asked all the time, how did you get on the Food Network channel? I'm going to show you how we got on the Food Network channel. Let's try a bite of this corn. So good. After I eat this, I'm going to go take a nap. I am going to go take a nap for real this time. I always say I'm going to take a nap and I never do. Maybe it's not good to take a nap on a full stomach. So, let's talk about how Thomas and I wound up on the Food Network channel. And then maybe another video we'll talk about the whole experience and everything, but I've never really gone into detail. So let's do that while we have time here at the hospital. So, we had lived in Chicago most of, or all of our adult life. I went to Chicago when I was 14. And Thomas went when he was 18, right out of high school. We didn't know each other. We were from two different towns in Mississippi. We met in Chicago while I was still in high school. So, I think we talked about that in one of our videos, but so that goes, I'm saying that to let you know that how we kind of wound up in Mississippi. We always said when we retire, we're going to go back to Mississippi because we always loved Mississippi, but we didn't love some things about it when we were younger. I'll save that for another video, some of my experiences 50 years ago in Mississippi. Quite different than, things were quite different then than they are now. So, we did just that. We retired. We moved down here in a beautiful gated community. We had an apartment. We had left a condo in Chicago, so it was very refreshing to have, someone to do everything for us and, cut the grass, although we didn't have to worry about the grass and stuff in a condo, but repairs and things like that. It was wonderful. It had an outdoor pool and a workout room, a tennis court, all of that good stuff. So we were quite happy and loved the weather. Although we went through a tornado and didn't realize it, but that's another story too. So, we retired back here in a little town called Clinton, Mississippi. Beautiful town. I promise you, after 2 months, we couldn't be retired any longer. So, Thomas was always, we'd had restaurants, in Chicago off and on, and he had worked his recipe, his own for Mississippi Delta tamales. So we decided, hey, you know what? He was making the tamales, and people were really loving them. So we said, well, let's sell them out of this gas station that was, near our house. We'll sell them there and make a few bucks to add to our retirement, which is Social Security. I'll talk to you about that in another video too, my babies. Oh, I've never been crazy about hush puppies, but this is how they look. Let's see how this tastes. Not bad. But they're always so dry to me. Never tried to make my own hush puppies. So we started selling them out of a gas station. And the owner of the gas station did not charge us any rent because we brought quite a bit of traffic to his gas station. We were in Clinton, and when the word got out, we had people coming from the surrounding communities, towns, from Forest and Brandon, from Madison, from Jackson, Mississippi, all these little towns. People were coming from all over to get Thomas tamales. So that's where we were, in the gas station, selling our tamales. So one day, Thomas had just gotten us some iPhones. I'd never had an iPhone before, Oops. Wasn't used to the, texting and all that stuff, or the iPhone, but he had gotten us some iPhones. So one day, he came to me. He had gone on a delivery or something, and he said a message came across saying that the Food Network channel was coming to Mississippi, and they're looking for 2 teams of people, with 2 people on it, to compete. And the prize would be rent-free in a mall, a space in the food court for 1 year. Well, sounded great to us. We said, we'll give it a try. We'll apply. Thinking that, it would be nice, but, thinking that, very slim chances of them picking us. out of the whole state of Mississippi. And with us being an elderly couple on top of it, because those competitions are very rigorous. We went online, filled out the basic application. And somebody got back to us via text, I think. And asked us to fill out a more detailed application. Now, when I tell you a more detailed application, it was very detailed. It basically went back from the time that we were born, because, I guess, Food Network, they have to know who they're dealing with. They don't want to promote an individual who's, a criminal, so we answered all these questions, and it was a long application. I answered them. Then they said, okay, we actually want to talk with you guys, and we want to talk to you and continue the interviewing process. And they were interviewing people all over Mississippi. We want to do a Skype interview. I don't know if we knew what Skype was, but we figured it out in a hurry. So at home, we set up a Skype interview, and they asked us, a ton of questions. Relating to food and our restaurant that we had in Chicago. We had several different ones. Why do we think that the restaurants, didn't make it? And what was the benefit of, all these questions, right? On the Skype interview. They had each of us leave out of the room, and they asked us some separate questions. So, they said thank you very much for the interview. And let's stay in touch, basically. Because they don't tell you even that it's looking good, or, you're a candidate, or we've narrowed it down. No. Mm-mm. At least with us, they didn't, okay? So, I sent them, I had to fax them. I literally faxed them at least 100 pages of different information that I had to go to the FedEx. I think it was FedEx, and I faxed $1 a page. And I know I faxed 100 pages about our restaurants in the past. We went through this whole process that took about a month or two. So finally, they said, well, if you're chosen, you need to have this time free on your schedule. They gave us a date, and that date was fast approaching. So we knew that, okay, it's coming down to the wire, and there's a good possibility because, they're still interviewing us, and the date was like a week away. And they said we need to make sure that we leave a week open, and we'll go from there. So we did. We literally did not know that they had decided on us until, like, it seems like maybe a week before or just a few days before. And then, of course, we were so excited about it, but we couldn't tell any family or friends what was going on. So we did, of course, they did choose us, and we had to go to another town called Meridian, Mississippi. We had never even heard of. And we went to the mall there. They booked us a hotel room. They paid for that. They paid for all of that. They took care of us really nicely. We paid for our own food and everything, but they took care of the hotel. Prior to going there, they told us that we could, invite family and friends there, but we could not discuss anything about anything. Everything was top secret. So we had to send them a list of phone numbers, all this information about the people, a select group of folks that we wanted. I think they said that we could have about 50 people, 25 to 50 people, something like that. And then they in turn had to turn around and get non-disclosures from all of those folks if they wanted to appear with us, at some point on the Food Network channel. They had to sign that, saying that they would not talk about the show, divulge anything or just even talk about it. So we had family, all my daughters came from Chicago, my grandbaby. They flew in. We had friends that flew in from Chicago and Wisconsin. And their own money, they paid for that. They set up, hotel for the final competition, not the entire week that we were there, just for the final. So I would imagine some of them, took, like a weekend or 2 or 3 days, at the hotel. And they really did not want us to be in the same hotel that our family and friends were in, because we shot on different days, different episodes, and they wanted us to be prepared to be there and not partying with our friends, I guess. So our friends came in, and it was such a wonderful, beautiful experience. Very, very stressful. This corn is so sweet and juicy. I didn't put anything on there, just salt. No butter, nothing. I didn't need it. So that's how we wound up. We applied. Many people are like, how did you get on there? We applied. They looked at our resume. They went back and did, background checks on us. And we were really surprised that they chose us, because you didn't see at that time, which was, I forget what year, 2015? It's been about 3-4 years. You didn't see a lot of, elderly couples competing rigorously. You had to move, you had to be on top of it. So, I think I was 62 or 63, and I'm 69 now. Wow. Can't be that long ago. Oh, I was 66. I was 66, I think. Somewhere around up in there. And I'm 69 now. So it's somewhere around, It's been about 3-4 years. So that's how we wound up on the Food Network channel. It was just like a whirlwind. Once they accepted us, it was a whirlwind. We had no idea who the guest host was going to be. We had no idea who our competitors. We met our competitors the first time in the mall prior to us competing on, we had, like I said, during the week we did several different competitions. We never talked to them when we were not competing, and we didn't really talk to them then. It was like they kept them separate from us. We were always separate. So we never really got to know them at all. So that had always been a dream of ours, Of course, if you've had restaurants, you're in the food industry, of course you're going to want to be on the Food Network channel. Well, we did anyway. So, we'll talk again, and I'll tell you in the next video some of the experiences that we went through, and some of the competitions that we did. We'll talk about that in the next video. I can't jam everything into one. But it's been fun talking about it. If there's something that, you have a goal, something that you want to do, don't give up on it. That's why I say you're never too old to experience life. And I think I talked to you guys about, in one of my videos where I told you that one of the nurses here, I think I told you guys that she had been here for 62 years. Well, no. She's been here for 66 years. And I'm always walking around going, oh, I'm 69, I'm so old, I'm so old. Well, after meeting that wonderful lady, and she is holding her own, she's in her 80s, and she's working here, still moving patients and taking care of patients. This is her passion, this is her calling. So you're never too old to follow your dreams. And I'll talk to you about that in the next video. But in the meantime, remember, babies, how others treat you is their karma. How you respond is your karma. So babies, I'm going to see you in the next video, and we'll continue this conversation about the Food Network. Before I go, I've got this chocolate here, and I know you guys are going to go, but Granny, you didn't eat the chocolate. You guys know I'm not a big sweet eater, but this looks good. Let's taste it at least, right guys? Looks like a little chocolate brownie cake. It's very good. But you guys know I'm not a big sweet eater. Rarely do I have dessert. It's good though. Very good. Okay, my karma babies. I'll see you in the next video now. Bye-bye. Stay sweet, stay kind, stay loving. Bye-bye.